the next piece I'm going to show you now is just some reporting enhancements. So for any users out there who are currently using the Business Analyzer app, or application I should say, rather than app, because it's slightly different things. What Microsoft has done now for all the people out there using Windows 8 or beyond, 8.1, there is now an app for Business Analyzer. What does all that mean? So if I'm just coming out of here and I've got Windows 8 loaded on my machine, so I'm just going to open up to my application or start area, and there's a whole host of applications out there. So I'm going to open up the Business Analyzer app. Now what the Business Analyzer app is what Microsoft has done with this is basically created a hub for viewing the information that in the past we would have used or viewed using either our home page. So if I just switch back to my home page there for a second, I don't want to jump around too much, but these sort of KPI style graphs and charts that would previously appear on our home page, yeah? So if we want to push these out now to, say, for example, managers, division heads, or whoever it may be in the organization who may not necessarily have access to the Dynamics GP system, but we want them to have access to this information, what we can do is we give them access to the app, and now using a tablet or touch-enabled device, they can view these those reports and so forth. So if I come in here, and you can just see here, for example, I can come in and say, hey, show me the net income summary view in detail. I can show that as a comparison view. And of course, I'm using the mouse at the moment, but if I was viewing this on my tablet, you can see it's all touch enabled, and it's designed to be used with big fat fingers like mine. So I can say comparison view. I want to see a comparison view to prior year as opposed to budget or as opposed to forecast. If we go back out here, other styles of reports, month-to-date expenses, some of the financial reports, so people who are already using Management Reporter. Management Reporter is, of course, the FRX replacement. So if I open up here the departmental income statement, you can see here that we're able to view and drill down on the income statements using Management Reporter. One of the other areas I want to highlight or touch on is that if we do have multiple roles in an organization, or we have access to multiple organizations or companies within Dynamics, then if I just right-click here or pull down from the top if I'm using touch, I can now change my role in the organization and say, hey, I'm now the sales manager role, and of course that will give me a totally different set of charts and views for that organization or that business. As opposed to if I change organization altogether, you can see here I might have access to multiple organizations. So I might say, hey, I now want to have a look at Contoso Consulting in USA, and again, slightly different roles, different company, different roles, and different information being displayed. So that's the Business Analyzer app as opposed to the Business Analyzer application, which was there since 2010. There was an application there so they could do a similar sort of thing, but they've obviously now pushed this out to the touch environment so that it can be accessed using an app on a tablet device and, well, even the Windows 8 environment. Also now available for Android and for iOS, so for Apple devices as well. So you can view that on an iPad or an Android device.